Super.
Kasi parang naglalag na yung utak mo. Tapos yung interview
ang good
gabi
thing
pa.
na lang talaga is na-sked ako 7:30 AM dito sa US. Ako yung pinakaunang na-interview ni Mr. Mathoni that day. So that was 9:30 sa gabi.
Okay.
So okay pa, hindi pa ako inaantok. Oo. Pero
yung iba, mga 11 PM na. Oh my God. Hindi na ako makapag-isip.
4 AM.
Everyone, so here we are. Here is Mr. Elvan. So he's going to share to us the questions that was asked to him during the interview. So ano yung pinakaunang question, sir?
First of all, I had a 44-minute interview.
Sino nag-interview?
It was Mr. Matt Horney from, I don't know what school, but it's elementary school.
Principal.
Yeah, principal siya. That's very early in the morning here, and that was about 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. in the Philippines.
Okay.
So the first question is basically, tell me something about yourself. Do not tell anything na personal. Okay, don't tell anything na nandyan na sa curriculum vitae. Tell about your passion. Tell about what goals you have for education. So those things now will add more to what you have put in your resume and curriculum vitae.
Okay, yeah. So mainly about teaching experience and educational background.
Yeah, and your interest.
Okay.
And much better when you answer this question, kasi based on months na dito sa US, they would like emphasis on classroom management. Yeah, how do you impose discipline? How do you foster values? That will, I think, give additional points.
Sa tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your number 2 question?
Number 2, first I have 15 questions. Yung naalala ko lang is 8. Second question is, how do you plan to update your education aside from your continuing studies? So this is more about reading, attending professional developments. Dito sa US, very uso yung mga PDs, mga seminars, trainings. So you need to say yes whenever you are given that.
Okay. Number 3.
3 is, what are the components of your lesson? Sa amin sa math, we usually do I do, we do, you do. Kumbaga,
so yun yung sinabi mo?
Yun yung sinabi ko.
Component
of the lesson. Usually discussion, tapos sample with them, and then you will let them do the work. Yeah. So
it's not about the flow. It's not about what's the beginning, the bell ringer, what's the next one. Kasi yun yung sa akin eh.
Sa akin is hindi. Sa akin is how do you plan to structure your math lesson? Yeah. I just learned that before din nung nag-aral ako how to answer interviews in math when it comes to lesson components. So yun yung sinagot ko. And I think that helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ang number 4?
4 is, how do you use technology in your class? Here in the US, technology is around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can use technology in teaching your class, in maintaining that, in ensuring that students are on task all throughout the lesson, walang dead air, and also mga deepening works like mga activities, even homeworks. So yeah, those are the things that you can emphasize.
Or every activity is using technology.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next is, how do you interact with parents? Ito is, meron akong ganyan, constant communication.
Okay.
Tapos i-emphasize mo yung mga rules. First call mo sa parents, that's very important. It should be structured. Dapat alam mo, magbibigay ka ng mga short background about the rules, about how do you intend to help their children.
It's through telephone or through
telephone
or parent-teacher conference? Paano?
Telephone yung context ng sagot ko, based on how you interact with them. Tapos may mga times na, for example, may mga question din, may follow-up question nito na, how about if the parents are complaining?
How will you deal with?
How will you deal with that? So just tell them about their students' performance, and also tell them how willing you are to help your students improve their performance, and how willing you are to open your time for them to have conference, especially if they want to talk to you personally. So yeah, yung ganyan. Hindi ka pwede na kapag galit sila, galit ka rin. No.
Yeah.
That should not be the case.
And you should bring them to the principal's office to where you can talk to.
Bigyan mo sila ng mga options.
Okay. Next, number 5.
Another is, how will you deal with ELL learners? So,
what's ELL?
Basically, yung mga students
English.
na Hindi ko alam. Basta mostly these are the students na hindi medyo familiar sa English but are trying to learn English. So
languages other than English.
Yeah, siguro it's better na mag-involve ka sa ESOL. Diba? Mga
English language learners.
English language learners. So, mag-involve ka, mag-learn ka ng mga language and strategies on how you can improve your language. Kahit pa hindi ka ELA teacher, kahit hindi ka English teachers. Dito sa US, any subjects, you need to be good with communicating to students. You need to be good with language. So, one important thing is you emphasize how willing you are to learn strategies on how to teach students whose English is not their medium of communication. Yeah.
Okay.
Next is how do you differentiate your instruction? Dito din uso yung mga differentiated instructions.
Meron ba tayo? Differentiated instruction?
Ako hindi naman talaga medyo differentiated pero mga differentiated tasks. For example, sa math, nagbibigay ako ng mga 10 items na worksheet. So siguro sa simula, 3 items lang pasasagutan ko sa mga bata. Kapag may mga bata kang matalino, you expect them to finish as early as they can. So ipapasagot mo yung remaining 5, remaining 2, remaining 7. Mga extra credits. So in that way, you can differentiate the activities para walang dead air. Parang wala siyang dead air all throughout the class. May mga bata na marami yung masasagutan, may mga bata na konti lang kasi nga mahihina. Pero at the end of the day, na-achieve nila yung objectives. So yan. And then also another thing is that you will also infuse mga videos aside from your discussion, and you can also ask them to write. Dito sa US, tamad magsulat yung mga bata. So at least you can give them tasks like that. For example, sa inyo sa English. Even sa math. Even sa math, pinapasulat namin. Yeah.
What's your number 7?
Number 7 is 8.
Number 7 ba tayo?
How do you differentiate?
Okay, number 8.
Number 8, ito yung pinakamahirap for me. Okay. Yung tanong is that, rate these words based on importance on teaching. 1 is the highest, 4 is the lowest. So, irarank ko. 1 is the highest, 4 is the lowest. The words are planning, methods, discipline, and evaluation. So,
binigyan ka ba ng time para
binigyan ako ng mga 30 seconds lang, besh.
Okay, oh my God.
Tapos hindi ko naubos. So, pinarank ko lang super. So, ang ginawa ko, nirank ko na lang talaga. Rank. Tapos, okay, can I answer now, Mr. Matt? Sabi ko, mga 20 seconds. Kasi nga, parang nakakahiya na naghihintay yung nag-i-interview. So yung sinagot ko is that 1 is always evaluation.
Yung pinakamahirap.
Yung pinaka-important. Kasi nga, yung evaluation is based on the standards. So, ano naman yung basis natin sa pagtuturo? Diba yung standards? So, you need to be aware with the evaluation para alam mo kung ano yung standards na i-undergo mo for the evaluation process. And once you know the standards, second is planning. You need to plan now how to realize those standards. So, kapag meron ka ng planning na set up mo na yung anong planning mo sa lesson, ganito, ganyan, you go with the methods. So, methods, those are the strategies that you need to realize the standards. And then the last is discipline. Itong mga discipline is, these are not really part of the lesson, pero kailangan mo siya because there are some students who will not follow on the methods. Like, mga mag-misbehave. So, you need discipline so that you can bring them back to the methods. So, yun sa akin.
So, pinexplain mo talaga
in-explain ko talaga yun.
Iba sa akin,
mga 2 or 3 minutes yan na explanation.
Grabe, ang bilis mong mag-isip.
Besh, wala kang choice. Kaya nga interview, mabilisan. So yun sa akin, evaluation based on standards, tapos iplano mo yung lesson, tapos gamit ka ng mga strategies through methods, and then discipline.
Yung sa akin, siguro una sa akin yung discipline, next is planning, tapos next is ano nga ba yun?
Yung evaluation?
Methods, last yung evaluation.
Based on order of the lesson.
Kasi disiplinahin ko muna, tapos paplano na ako yung lesson.
Iba-iba.
Tapos yung
actually,
method.
Iba talaga siya. It depends on how you give situations. And another thing that's important, when you answer questions, you give realistic samples.
Yes.
It does not matter whether true sa kanya, true sa'yo. Basta show how you do it yourself.
That's why teaching experience is really important.
Yes. Dapat it will transpire in your interview. Kahit hindi ka nila nakita na nagtuturo, at least malalaman nila based on how you answer the question.
Kaya nga hinahire nila may experience talaga.
Yeah, it's better.
Next.
And then,
Number
last
9.
question, rate yourself based on how you embody these phrases. So, pinarate lang.
phrases?
Itong tatlo.
Ano?
10 as parang nandyan talaga sa'yo. 1 is wala talaga sa'yo. So, for example, sa akin is adaptability to changes. How adaptable you are to changes. Siguro sagot ko yan 9 or 8.
So, pinarate ka na naman?
Pinarate na naman ako.
Oh my God!
Hanggang may 15 questions pero 8 lang yung naalala ko. So, sabi ko 8. Yeah, I can adjust to changes. Although there are some na mahirap. Diba? Especially kung nasa foreign land ka. Pero you are willing. Dapat talaga, you end your answer with hope. Like, you are willing to, you are very open to, ganyan. Gusto nila yan, mga ganyan. Next, respect for adults. Ito 10 talaga. It does not matter whether adults ba or hindi. Respect to all kinds of people, especially if admin sila, principal, mga instructional coach, because they know better than you. And then last is interaction with students. Siguro sa simula parang 7 or 8 yun kasi nga medyo frustrated ka when it comes to dealing students with matigas yung ulo. In-explain ko rin yan. Bakit ganyan yung rate mo? Bakit hindi 10? Bakit 7 lang? Tapos sabihin mo, medyo nahihirapan ka, pero, ganyan na naman, pero, I'm willing to, ganyan. Na I'm trying to learn, and mga ganyan.
For us, no, it's a little bit challenging, especially the interview will like night. No?
Super.
Kasi parang naglalado yung utak mo. Tapos yung interview gabi pa. Ang
good thing na lang talaga is na-sked ako 7:30 AM dito sa US. Ako yung pinakaunang na-interview ni Mr. Mathoni that day. So that was 9:30 sa gabi. Okay. So okay pa, hindi pa ako Oo. Pero yung iba,
mga 11 PM na. Oh my God. Hindi na ako makapag-isip.
4 AM, 12 AM, 12:30 AM. Ako, good thing is gabi. So yun, that's all. Hindi ko na maalala lahat. 15 lahat yung tanong pero 8 lang talaga yung na-list ako. Very challenging
yung mga questions mo.
Very challenging. Kaya nga 44 minutes yung interview namin with Mr. Matt Horning. But it's good.
Anyway, prepared talaga yung mga questions niya.
Prepared, nakalista. Nakita ko pa nga sa papel, bond paper,
my goodness.
15. Yeah, pero the fact na nandito ako,
yes, okay. Congratulations. Well, that is
hopefully
really helpful to the viewers. Kasi nga, inaano nila ito parang nire-request nila yung mga questions daw.
Yeah, so those are just the questions na naalala ko. And I hope it helped.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sure, you're welcome.
And I hope this is very helpful to you guys. Thank you and bye for now.